Hey guys, Diana here from Garden Love. I just got back home from being gone for a few days and I completely forgot to ask my daughters to water my plants, and I just want to show you what happens when you're growing things in containers and you don't water your plants. As you guys know, I have this giant apple tree in this container and I want to show you what the apples look like. See? They look like baby grandpa apples and I think they'll be just fine. I'm just gonna make sure that I give it a very deep watering and those same apples should plump back up. I'm here checking the rest of the garden, trying to see what happened. This zucchini plant completely exploded and my watermelon and what is this, a pumpkin, completely grew like crazy while I was gone for 3 days. I have some jalapenos and oh, not a good sign. I have some my Anaheim peppers. I guess the rodents got to them or the birds or something. Not good. But yes, I just wanted to show you guys because I know I made the video talking about how important it is to water your trees as often as you can when it's very hot. And as I mentioned, I was gone for 3 days. I forgot to tell my daughter to water this tree. And as you can see, there is signs of dehydration on the tree. So once I water this very deeply, I'm going to show you in a little bit. Maybe it'll take a few hours for it to work. I'll put these two videos together so you guys can see the difference before and after watering. So it's not a complete loss. It will survive. The apples will survive. They won't fall off. I came back just in time to water it, and I'm gonna just continue to water the rest of my garden. As you can see, here's another sign of stress. But a few hours, you'll see that all these leaves will perk back up and they'll be just fine. Alright guys, so it's been about 24 hours since I started watering this tree. If you notice, the apples are not all wrinkly like a little grandpa anymore. They're actually back to its original stage, and that goes for all the apples. It's been a little bit over 24 hours, so I did leave the hose dripping. As you can see, this is completely soaked, which is fine. I won't water it today. I'll water it tomorrow again, and all the apples are back to its original stage. So if this happens to you where you forget to water your plant that has fruit, make sure to get water, and don't just water it once. Let the water sit there and drip so it can get completely soaked, so the tree has enough water to provide for all the fruit that you have on it. That way it doesn't fall off and you don't lose your fruit. As you can see, it worked perfectly fine on this tree, and this is especially crucial for trees or any fruit trees that you're growing in containers, because when you water it, the whole soil doesn't get completely soaked. It just gets parts of it, so you want to make sure that you completely soaked everything, so every single root that's in the container gets water and it brings it up to the fruit, and that way you don't lose the fruit. This similar thing happened to the other tree that I have in the front, my courtyard, and that didn't take as long as this one to get back hydrated, and that's because it's in the ground. There's more water in the ground, and it's not limited to just a container. So as you can see, just wanted to show you guys, if this ever happens to you, don't get scared, don't freak out. Just make sure you water it for about 24 hours. Have a drip system on it so it can get completely soaked, and you'll be fine. If you don't have a drip system, put your hose with, just let it be dripping. Or let's see, what else can you guys do? Just come outside and water it every couple hours, so that way you're constantly providing fluids to your tree. Anyways guys, just wanted to show you the before and after. The apple tree looks fantastic. I can't even tell that it went through a shock of no water for about 3 days. And some of my other plants that were in shock as well because I didn't water are doing just fine. So this is what I have going on, guys. In the upcoming episodes, I'm going to be removing these tomatoes. It did not produce because I put them in way too late in the season. There's only one tomato that produced, and as you can see, there's some down there, but there isn't any on this wild bunch. So I'm probably gonna trim that down to see what happens, and the rest I'm gonna pull out. I'm gonna pull out this tomato, and I'm gonna put this. If you recall, I put 3 in here. And I'm going to be removing this cucumber vine. It's produced so many cucumbers. I'm about to pickle some. And that's an upcoming episode that's coming up as well. And surprisingly, a cucumber that I grew from seed weeks ago, the same time that I planted that cucumber, finally is taking off. And this is going to replace it's going to replace the cucumber that I'm about to pull off. But now, as you guys know, this was the first time that I grew a lot of these things here, and I'm not familiar with the way things grow. So now that I know how big things get, how they grow, their natural habit, I'm going to be pulling a lot of things that I don't need. For example, this basil, I'm about to pull it out because this is not the basil that I truly love, but I am going to try to make some pesto out of this just to make it useful. I do have some green beans growing here, so I want to give it some space. I have another green bean there. This tomato is finally taking off, so I'm not afraid to remove the other 2 because I do have some tomatoes that are finally taking off. As you can see, this cherry tomato is taking off, and it has a lot of little baby tomatoes, so I will be getting some tomatoes this season. Now I know that if it's too late, just wait till it cools down a little bit to restart, and that's what I'm about to do. This tomato as well, it's flowering. My zucchini that I grew from seed. So let me tell you guys something. I think I had 2 sprouts and I didn't realize it. I thought it was 1, and now I think there's 2 of them. I can't tell if there's 2 or 1. What do you guys think? Is that 2 or is that 1? Should I remove 1 or should I leave it? Because I can see here that there's already zucchinis forming right there. So I'm not sure what to do. I don't want to remove something that's about to produce. Tell me what your advice is and we'll go. I mean, like I said, this is definitely a learning experience. I grew this from seed. I might have put 2 seeds. I thought it was 1, but I think it's 2. So you can see right there, there is zucchinis coming. So, and let's see what else. There is an eggplant that is finally taking off, but I think that's in the other raised bed in the front. I removed all my basil from here. I'm about to remove the zucchini, that tomato. I'm going to leave that tomato and just trim it down. And the watermelon is doing good. The pumpkin's taking a while to grow, but it's getting there. It's getting there. We'll see how long. Doesn't look like we're going to have any pumpkins by the time Halloween comes, but we'll see. What else, guys? That's it. I'm going to be removing a lot of this stuff and just leaving with the things that are thriving. This was definitely a learning experience, and I'm about to head inside and start pickling some of those pickles because there is tons of cucumbers cucumbers on my counter, and this will be a learning lesson for Lily because, as you guys know, Lily keep confusing these for pickles, and they do look like pickles, but they are not pickles yet until you pickle them. So it's gonna be a lesson for Lily, and that should be fun. Alright guys, we just wanted to show you what I have going on. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.